Ever wondered if your automatic car is quietly falling apart without you realizing it? Most drivers unknowingly make small mistakes every day, and while these errors might feel harmless, they can lead to breakdowns that cost thousands. Today, let's expose 21 things you should never do with an automatic vehicle, along with one bonus secret at the end that could save you from a repair so expensive it'll make your heart skip a beat. 1. Never change gears. While moving, have you ever switched from reverse to drive before your car completely stopped? Many of us are guilty of this, thinking it's just a harmless shortcut. In reality, this one move can wreck your transmission. Here's why. When you force the car to change direction while still rolling, your transmission has to act like a set of brakes, halting the car's momentum and redirecting its energy. Inside, components like CV joints and universal joints take on a massive load they were never designed for. Imagine sprinting at full speed and instantly trying to run backward. Your body wouldn't like that, and neither does your car. Sure, doing this once at a slow pace might not destroy the system immediately, but repeat it regularly, and you're heading for serious repairs. The solution? Always let your car come to a full stop before switching between reverse and drive. It's one of the simplest ways to avoid long-term transmission wear. Top 2. Stop throwing it into neutral at lights. Some drivers swear by this hack, believing that putting the car in neutral at stoplights saves fuel or reduces stress on the transmission. Reality checked doesn't. Modern engines are built to idle efficiently, meaning that any fuel savings are negligible. What's worse, switching to neutral and back to drive repeatedly places unnecessary strain on bushings and linkages. Think of it like flipping a light switch on and off every few seconds. Eventually, the components give out, leading to pricey repairs. Plus, when the light changes, that extra second you take to shift back can throw you off in high-traffic situations. Instead, keep it simple. Leave your car in drive when waiting. Your transmission will thank you. Don't run on empty, do you? Often drive with the fuel gauge barely above E. It's tempting to stretch every drop, but running low on fuel is risky business, especially in an automatic. Why? Because the fuel pump, located inside the tank, relies on gasoline for both cooling and lubrication. When fuel levels drop too low, the pump gets exposed, overheating, and wearing out much faster. That's a repair you do not want on your to-do list. To make matters worse, as your tank runs dry, your system begins pulling up debris and sediment that settles at the bottom. Over time, this clogs filters and injectors, disrupting smooth performance. For older vehicles with metal tanks, rust particles join the party, adding even more damage. And let's not forget, air entering the fuel lines can lead to engine misfires and stalling, which makes driving unsafe. Keep your tank filled above a quarter level to keep the system healthy. 4. Never let water near your transmission. Water and transmissions don't mix. Driving through flooded roads or even large puddles can allow water to enter through vents or damage seals. Once inside, it contaminates transmission fluid, transforming it into a sludgy mess that fails to lubricate. Gears. Worse still, water rusts metal parts and destroys friction materials, leading to catastrophic failure. And if a radiator malfunctions, coolant can mix with transmission fluid, causing severe internal damage. If you spot milky-colored fluid on the dipstick, that's a big red flag. Get your car checked immediately. The bottom line? Avoid driving through high water whenever possible. Maintain your seals and service your radiator regularly. 5. Never park before stopping completely. Might think it's harmless to throw your car into park while it's still creeping forward. But here's what actually happens. The parking pole, a small metal pin designed to hold your car still, crashes into spinning gears. This leads to loud jolts, grinding sounds, and over time damaged components that can't hold your vehicle securely in place. Worst case, Metal fragments spread through your transmission, turning a minor issue into a full-blown disaster. Always stop completely before shifting into park. It's a 1-second habit that can save you thousands. 6. Don't coast in neutral. On hills you might think you're saving fuel by coasting downhill in neutral, but modern engines don't work that way. When descending in gear, fuel injectors often shut off completely, meaning no fuel is used. In neutral, your car burns fuel to keep idling. On top of that, you lose engine braking, forcing your brake system to do all the work. This overheats. Brake pads reduces stopping power and can lead to failure, especially during long descents. Instead, stay in gear, use engine braking, and maintain full control. 7. Don't launch like a race car, revving your engine in neutral and slamming into. Drive might make you feel like a pro, but your car disagrees. This practice overwhelms the torque converter, generates excess heat, and accelerates fluid breakdown. Over time, your transmission will suffer from slipping and erratic shifting. If you're aiming for speed, gradual acceleration is far better for both your car and your wallet. 8. Never drive with both feet, using one foot for the gas and another for the brake may sound smart, but it's a disaster waiting to happen. It increases the risk of pressing the wrong pedal in emergencies and causes unintentional brake pressure, also known as brake riding. This wears pads prematurely and overheats the braking system. Modern cars are designed for single foot driving. Keep your left foot off the pedals entirely for better control and safety. 9. Don't overlook transmission modes. Many drivers stick to D and forget that automatic cars often have multiple modes for different conditions. Sport 4. Overtaking, snow for slippery roads, and manual for precise control. Using the right mode not only makes driving safer and more efficient, but also reduces strain on your transmission. If you're climbing a steep hill, for example, downshifting can help reduce stress on the engine. Learn your car's modes and use them wisely. 10. Warm it up in the cold. Jumping in and driving off immediately in freezing weather is a mistake. Cold temperatures thicken transmission fluid, making it less effective at lubricating gears. This increases wear and makes shifting rougher. Give your car 30 to 60 seconds to idle before driving off in winter. This small habit can extend your transmission's life dramatically. 11. Don't use the wrong transmission fluid. Not all transmission fluids are the same. Each vehicle requires a specific type with precise additives and viscosity levels. Using the wrong fluid is like giving your body the wrong blood type. It simply won't work. This mistake leads to poor lubrication, overheating, gear slippage, and in the worst cases, complete transmission failure. Some manufacturers, like Chrysler, even require extremely specific fluids, like a TF+4 for their ultra-drive transmissions. Get it wrong, and your car's performance and your warranty are gone. Always double-check your owner's manual and use exactly what's recommended. It's one of the cheapest ways to prevent one of the most expensive repairs. 12. Don't ignore creep mode. Creep mode exists for a reason. It lets your car glide slowly when you release the brake without pressing the accelerator, perfect for parking or stop-and-go traffic. Many drivers ignore it, instead tapping the brake constantly to control their movement. Over time, this wears down brake pads and creates jerky, unpredictable movement. Use creep mode for smoother control, less brake wear, and a more comfortable driving experience. 13. Avoid overloading when towing. Your car isn't invincible. Towing or carrying more than your vehicle's rated capacity puts tremendous strain on your engine, brakes, and most importantly, the transmission. Overloaded transmissions overheat quickly, breaking down fluid and turning gears into metal-on-metal disasters. Before hitching anything heavy, check your car's towing limits and invest in upgrades like transmission coolers if needed. Ignoring this could lead to a roadside breakdown or worse, a serious accident. 14. Skip cruise control and bad weather cruise control is great on long, dry highways. But in rain, snow, or on slick roads, it's dangerous. Why? Because cruise control maintains speed no matter what. If you hit a puddle or patch of ice, the system won't slow down, it'll keep pushing forward, increasing your chances of hydroplaning or skidding. Worse, cruise control can lull you into a false sense of security, making you less alert when quick reactions are needed. In poor conditions, keep full control of the car yourself. 15. Stop taking only short trips. Quick errands might seem harmless, but they're rough on your car. Short trips don't give your engine or transmission enough time to reach their optimal operating temperatures. Cold oil doesn't lubricate well. Moisture builds up in the exhaust system, and your transmission works harder than it should. Over time, this leads to rust, increased fuel consumption, and early wear. Mix in some longer drives occasionally to let your car warm up fully and burn off contaminants. 16. Don't start in the wrong gear. Your car is designed to start only in park or neutral. If a malfunction allows it to start in drive or reverse, that's a major problem and a safety hazard. Forcing an engine to start in gear puts serious stress on your transmission and risks unexpected movement the moment the engine kicks in. Always double-check your gear position before turning the key, and if your car starts in the wrong gear, get it inspected immediately. 17. Don't overuse sport mode. Sport mode is fun, neat, gives sharper acceleration and a more responsive feel. But it's designed for performance, not daily driving. Using it all the time keeps your engine revving higher, burns through fuel, and accelerates transmission wear. In city traffic, it makes for a jerky, uncomfortable ride. Save sport mode for when you really need the extra power, like highway overtaking or open road fun, and keep regular mode for your daily commutes. 18. Be careful with manual mode. Manual mode gives you more control, but using it wrong can hurt your car. Holding low gears to long over revs the engine and stresses the transmission, while upshifting too early makes the car sluggish and forces the engine to work harder. Downshifting at high speeds can cause sudden deceleration or even wheel lock. Learn how manual mode works before using it. Watch your RPMs and practice in safe areas. It's a tool, not a toy. 19. Stop resting your hand on the gear stick. It might feel comfortable to rest your hand on the gear selector, but it's a bad habit. 4. You're reducing your control of the steering wheel. More importantly, that constant pressure can stress linkages and bushings in the shifter mechanism, leading to looseness or imprecise shifting over time. It's better to keep both hands on the wheel and only touch the gear stick when you actually need to shift. 20. Don't turn the wheel while parked. Cranking the steering wheel left and right while stationary, it's also known as dry steering, puts extra pressure on your tires and steering components. This leads to uneven tire wear and strains the power steering pump, tie rods, and steering rack. Instead, let your car roll slightly before turning the wheel. Even a small movement reduces friction and makes steering smoother. 1. Never ignore transmission warning light. That little warning light isn't just a suggestion, it's your car screaming for help. Transmission lights usually indicate overheating, low fluid levels, or slipping gears. Ignoring it leads to bigger issues: rough shifting, delayed acceleration, or even total failure. Addressing problems early, like topping off fluid or replacing a minor part, can save you thousands in repairs later. Never brush off warning signs. Bonus tip: change transmission fluid on time here. It's the one thing most drivers ignore. It's one of the costliest mistakes you can make. Automatic transmissions rely on fluid not just for lubrication, but also for cooling and ensuring smooth gear shifts. Over time, this fluid breaks down, losing its ability to protect the transmission from heat and friction. Dirty, degraded fluid leads to sluggish shifting, overheating, and eventually total failure. And here's the kicker: Many modern cars don't. Make it obvious when the fluid needs changing. They might not even have a traditional dipstick. Instead, you'll need to follow the maintenance schedule in your owner's manual or have a professional check it. Skipping these intervals might save you money today, but it can cost you a small fortune tomorrow. Replacing fluid is far cheaper than rebuilding or replacing an entire transmission. Why these habits matter? It's easy to think. Well, I've done some of these and my car is fine. But that's how damage creeps up quietly over time. These habits don't usually cause instant failures. Instead, they chip away at your car's health until one day you're facing a breakdown that could have been prevented. Automatic transmissions are complex, with hundreds of components working together under extreme heat and pressure. Once something fails, the repair bills can skyrocket. It's often costing more than the car's value itself. By avoiding these mistakes, you're not just protecting your vehicle, you're protecting your wallet and your peace of mind. Whether it's pausing before shifting, keeping your tank above a quarter full, or resisting the urge to race off the line, these small changes add up to big savings. The takeaway: driving an automatic car is meant to be simple. But that doesn't mean it's foolproof. Treat your car with care. Stop fully before shifting gears. Keep your fluid clean and topped up. Respect your transmission's limits. Your car will reward you with smoother rides, better fuel efficiency, and fewer surprise visits to the mechanic. And here's your action step. If you learned something new today, check your car's transmission fluid this week or book a quick inspection. Catching problems early is the difference between a $100 fix and a $4,000 nightmare. And if you found these tips helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Hey, let's keep our rides running smoothly and our wallets happy.